Hello, and welcome back to SpaceChem. Sukatar 2, Under the Ice. Let's go. More story, okay. Siku was an Eskimo word for snow. That was the basis of the name of the icy oblivion. Though I could think of a few other names that were not of Eskimo origin. Outside the warmth and cover of the facility was an expansive ice field that covered the entire planet. Sheets were several hundred meters thick, with few breaks. The daily light cycle of the planet did not mesh with SpaceChem Universal Time, so we spent a lot of time working at night. I stopped outside of Marianne's office, carrying 2 wrapped fish cake sandwiches. Her office was adjacent to Tim's. I rarely saw her outside of her 10 by 10 foot room, and imagined she had a cot hidden somewhere for sleeping. I pressed the intercom button. Marianne, I brought you some food. The door clicked as the locking mechanism released. Marianne sat behind a metal table, wearing her red jumpsuit. She eyed the wrapped sandwiches, but as recognition dawned in her eyes, she wilted. I tossed the food onto her desk. Fish cake? There's nothing else? It's a SpaceChem specialty. She unwrapped one of the snacks and took a bite, grimacing. She swallowed as if it were sand and set it on her desk. We lost 2 more probes today. Why does Tim keep sending them out? He wants to see if there are resources trapped in the ice. Well, maybe something is living under there and eating the probes for sustenance. Don't say that. Some people think that's true. She scowled at me. Sorry. You know, these probes weren't built to handle the conditions here. She shrugged and took another bite out of the fish cake. You talked to Tim lately? You should if you haven't. Said something about misdirected transmissions. She pushed the second fish cake to the edge of her desk. Thanks for the fish cake. Anytime. Alright. And again, with the laser, 2 inputs each at 100%, so this is very easy to control, and I'm going to have to make something that, well, I need to make oxygen, it looks like, because I have the nitrogen. I could fuse up to nitrogen, but that's probably an unnecessary complication. So instead, I'm probably just going to loop the hydrogen over and over until I get oxygen, and then stick it onto 2 nitrogens. I think that's the easiest way to do this. So we're going to start. No, we're not like that. By putting the nitrogen into position. We can cut there, that's fine. So we'll just do one of those. This lets me get my double grab while dropping in both places. Probably should input this, otherwise it's not going to get much of anywhere. Grab, drop, that gets me what I want, and this is the way out, and we need a triple bond. Okay. So that's going to be... Oh, wait a minute, this isn't going to work. I need the oxygen to be bonded. It's doable. Okay. I think it's still doable. Probably should have checked this first. How many hydrogen atoms do I need to make oxygen? Quite a few. However, if I take from nitrogen, I just need the 1. Interesting. Okay, that's going to make this a little bit... Like, I was just going to shuffle hydrogen back and forth. But I think it's going to be a lot more efficient to grab the nitrogen, and also that'll let me deal with the whole thing. Can you fuse while Waldo's holding it, I wonder? Anyway, what we're going to do here is we're going to start this a couple back from here, just to be safe. And we're going to grab, and it's a little bit, 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 it's a little b inefficient, but we're gonna go all the way out here just to make sure we don't have a collision. Do I need to be doing that? Can I just go straight up from here? You know what? There's a really easy way to test it. To test this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I know, grab was fine. It's the arrow that moves. Okay. So this will be fine. And I guess this means this doesn't have to be here, because my initial plan... in fact... let's just do that. Because then we don't even have to pick this thing up, right? We can just go down like this. Fuse. See if that works. And then put this up here, probably. Drop. Bond and out. That should work, right? Assuming that this works, and assuming I don't mess up the bonds here by getting a double bond, is oxygen to nitrogen... Well, actually, how many bonds can nitrogen support? Is it just 4? It is just 4. No, it's 5. Yeah, so it could potentially end up with a double bond here, depending on how the timing of this whole thing works out. I think this will be fine, though. So what we're going to do now, we are going to sync, but then we're going to have to wait on this, because red is going to be so much faster than blue. So we're going to wait until we've dropped bond, bond, bond. Probably just put the sync here. It's not the optimal spot in terms of efficiency, but that will... that should work. Let's check it out. A couple of things that could potentially go wrong. Nope, that worked exactly as I wanted it to. That's good. Yeah, and you can't get more than a triple bond, so there we go. I guess I could drop this plus, because this third plus could also give the double here. So I could actually just put the sync here. In fact, you know what? This is bothering me enough, I'm going to do it, even though my solution already worked. That should be fine. This will be slightly more efficient. We'll have less waiting. Yeah, that's my triple bond that way. Alright, nice and simple. Again, the fusion process was a lot less complicated than the sync process. I still stand by that. Did I say sync process? Sensor. Fusion is a lot more straightforward than sensor. Although, I guess there's also the possibility that we'll be doing both at the same time, although I think we have different reactor types, so maybe not. It would be a production assignment where we have a sensor reactor and then also a fusion reactor. That's how the game would handle that, I imagine. Which honestly wouldn't be all that bad. It would be a lot worse if you had both in the same reactor. Hopefully we won't be doing that. Alright, nice and easy. And next up, still just a single reactor. We'll see what that's about next time. I will see you then.